They got to be able to swim back to the wall, grab the wall, and then cover some distance from left to right, right to left, to either get to a ladder or be able to push themselves out. All right, everybody, we're going to talk about water safety today. Usually when parents get their kids into swim lessons, their main goal is to get their child safe in the water. So one of our main goals in order to move on to level 2 of the program is to make sure that they can jump in, recover for air, and swim back to the walls. This is going to be a progression. So kids that are super young are going to be jumping in. A lot of kids are scared to even jump in. They won't even jump into the instructor. So we're going to work on that jumping in process, getting over that fear. Okay, and then it moves on to taking that breath. So jumping in, getting up to the surface, taking that inhale. So a lot of kids are, not as buoyant as others. They're going to take a breath and they're going to sink a little bit more. So we work to get them to get their head up above water, take that breath, and then we're going back to the wall. So we got to work that kick, use those arms. There's a lot of things that are involved in this that, especially at a young age, are going to be progressive in nature that they need to work up towards. So we're going to take a look at a couple kids completing this skill here. We got Michael jumping in, coming up, taking that breath, and kicking back to the wall. So any way that the kids can get to the wall, we're going to be satisfied with. So whether they're kicking, whether they float on their back and kick, whether they're using their arms above the water, this is a level 1 skill to move on to level 2. So kids are required to complete this in order to move on to that second part of the program. So you can see Reese here is standing pretty far back from Michael. She's worked with Michael for a while, so she knows what he's capable of. So she's giving him a little bit of a space to jump rather than being super close. In this next video here, you're going to see Dean. She's a little bit closer. Dean goes all the way to the bottom. So he's underwater, comes up, takes that breath, head back down, swim to the wall. Okay, and once they get to the wall, we teach something called a Spider-Man crawl. So they got to be able to swim back to the wall, grab the wall, and then cover some distance from left to right, right to left, to either get to a ladder or be able to push themselves out. So right here they're demonstrating being able to push themselves out of the water. This is a very important skill for when kids are coming into the program. A lot of kids are going to have some trouble with just being able to do this push right here. So this push, if we're working with kids that are a little bit younger and maybe more infant rather than like a younger child, so the kids that are anywhere from that 2.5, which is where we start, up to maybe 3.5. Some of those kids are going to have trouble, so we teach elbow, elbow, and then knee, knee, and get up. So he's just going straight elbow to knee, but any way that they're able to push themselves out of the pool is perfect. So those are the first couple things that we're working on in level 1.